All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here on behalf of Trident Title and Performance Title and Escrow. Just wanted to welcome you to our class called Taking It Live. And today we are going to discuss and cover all different things that have to do with Facebook Live. It's a huge tool. I see a couple of you guys that I already see on here are using it. And it's been around for a couple of years and it's really not getting maximized. And I really want to make sure you guys start pushing this because there's a huge level of opportunity for growth for you right now. And people that feel like they're a little bit behind on social media, I just want to tell you this is your chance to catch up. So anything that you get from this is valuable today and you're able to implement it in your business. What I want you to do is give myself a shout, give Dave Ward a shout, give Gabrielle Bryce a shout, give Tracy Sender, Melissa Kidwell a shout, and send us some deals. Text us an address on what we can do to help you and get you moving along in this tough time. I appreciate all of you guys being on. And as normal, I'm going to give you a funny me picture just to move us on. So that is me. I am currently wanted, as you can see, probably for having the worst style at a bar mitzvah ever. That is also my brother on the other side. He also wanted for wearing a jacket way too young. For those of you that I don't know, I just want to say thanks for being on and welcome. My name is Ryan McHugh. I've been in real estate for about 10 years now, licensed in New Jersey and in Florida. And I've been a single agent. I've been on a team. I ran a really big team and had my own teams, grew a couple different offices. And now my goal is to add value to you guys and help you grow your business to make it a win-win for all of us at Trident Title and Performance Title. We ask that if you learn something, you shoot us some deals and give us a shot. That's how we keep this stuff going. So as long as you guys are on here and learning something and sending us deals, we will keep doing these. So we appreciate all of you guys. A little bit about Apex Training. We founded this company a couple months ago, right before everything started getting a little crazy. And the sole goal of this is to add value to real estate professionals all throughout the state of Florida. So we have a bunch of amazing title companies that fund this and allow us to do this. And our goal is to make sure every single week we give you guys high-level training with things that you can take home right away, implement in your business, make more money, get more deals. And we know if you're getting more deals, that means we're getting more deals. So we appreciate you guys for that. So let's get this thing rolling. Here we go, taking it live. So why Facebook Live? Everybody asks me this question all the time. And whenever I do one of these topics or teach a class about Facebook, everyone says, why would I use Facebook Live? So definitely a couple reasons. Number one, it's the most unique content possible. Nobody else is doing it. Everybody is out there making a YouTube video of a walkthrough of a house. They are doing professional photos. They're doing videos for their listings. Not many people are doing Facebook Live. It's very unique. It's very unscripted. It's very unscheduled, which I love. And every time you get one of these things out there in the world, there's a lot of benefits for them. And we're going to talk about them today. So another thing I love is the low cost of production. It is essentially free, right? When we create a Facebook Live, all we need is our phone or a computer, which we already have and paid for, and either some internet connection or some network, and we can hop on. So there's no high production cost. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about videos and open houses and virtual tours. And people that are doing really high-end videos, they can be $2,500 and up for one day shoot that is going to be, a whole day and get used once or twice. Where Facebook Live is totally free. You can reuse it as many times as you want. You can do it as much as you want. So it's amazing for anybody at any level in real estate to be able to jump in, use these things for free, and really build a following and build their presence on Facebook. Next is there's a high level of interaction. When you do a really high level video, there's really no interaction, right? You can post it up and get some brag points and people will look at it and like you and realize that you're doing a great job, but people can't interact in real time with that like they can with Facebook Live. And a big thing of building relationships with our customers and being able to build deals and put deals together is how we interact with them. So Facebook Live allows us to do that. And it allows us to reach people that we wouldn't see every day on a daily, weekly, or even monthly basis, especially in times like this where most of us aren't really going out and we're not out in the field every single day and we're trying to be in our house as much as we can. We have an opportunity to hop on Facebook Live and capture those people that there's pretty much a 0% chance we would have been interacting with now. So definitely a good opportunity there. One of my favorite pieces of this is that it fuels the Facebook algorithm in your favor. And what I mean by that is if you ever notice, whenever you're scrolling on Facebook, you might have 2,000 friends or 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000, whatever that number is. There's a good chance you only see a small percentage of other people and a very small percentage of other businesses. So Facebook has an algorithm as to how you get seen at the top. Naturally, the people that pay the most to be on Facebook get a little bit of a leg up. And also people that use the features and the tools that Facebook wants you to use get an even bigger leg up. So the top two for those right now, pretty much everything that they're pushing is Facebook Live and groups. So I'm fortunate enough to be in a little demo group with Facebook, actually directly from Facebook, that allows us to test and preview new features of what's coming on in the app. And if you look back a couple weeks ago on all of our social media, I posted a little teaser of what is going to be new on the Facebook app. And the biggest thing is they're going to have a live button right off of the main screen of the app. So you can get live immediately because they really want to push this content. So it's coming down the pipe for sure. And the people that are ahead of the curve is really going to, allow you to use this algorithm in your favor to be seen by more and more people. So now is the time to do this. Even if you feel like you've been slacking on your social media over the last couple months or days or weeks or even years, you can catch up pretty rapidly with some consistent Facebook Lives. So today at the end, I'm going to share you guys, I think I have 17, it's either 15 or 17 different ideas of content if you just cannot come up with what to do or why to do it. I'm going to give you guys those things so you can leave here and put this into action. Next is the insights and the data for Facebook Live are absolutely fantastic. It's the best data platform that Facebook has right now. It's better than even the ads, which you pay for. So what's really cool with Facebook Live is when you finish doing one, you get to go back and look at what the real-time engagement was. So let's say the first 30 seconds of a live video, you're telling everybody who you are, and not many people care that much about that usually. They want to get to the punchline, or they want to get to the point or the value. Then when you actually start walking around in the house, you can see when people are smashing the like button or hitting the heart or doing any of the emotions or reacting or commenting. You can see in real time what worked for you really well on your Facebook Live, and you can see what parts of it didn't work really well. So after you do one or two of these, you're going to learn very quickly what your followers, what your customers, what your people like, so that you can look back and alter this and continue to get better at it. So in general, real estate agents are usually not that fantastic at tracking things. And this really takes some of the guesswork out of that as to what worked really well and what didn't work really well, so that you can improve your Facebook Live skills pretty much on the fly. If you do one today, you can look at the analytics for the entire video second by second after the actual performance is done, and then you can go back and see what worked really well and be able to tweak that. So it gives you a huge advantage if you do these consistently. Some stats about Facebook. I launched all the verified celebrities and media moguls in 2015. So you started seeing this go out just by people that are, approved as verified, which means they're truly the celebrity that they think they are, or the media station or network or TV channel. The rest of us got it in 2016, which is good. So far, there's been 3.5 billion with a B videos that have came out since the launch. So tons and tons of content. Last year, 93% of marketing professionals used Facebook, which is pretty huge, and 75% of them started using Facebook Live, which is awesome. So it's gaining traction for sure, which is great. The scary thing is that we're all businesses, right? Even though you might be a single agent, you might have a team, you might be a lender, you might be a title company, whoever you are that's on this, less than 1% of businesses are using Facebook Live consistently. And to Facebook Live, consistent means you've done it twice or more. Less than 1%. So there's an absolutely monster opportunity for businesses and business owners like all of us that are on the call to really reach out and grow this thing while it's still kind of in its infant stages. 3,000 years of video are viewed every single day on Facebook Live. So tons of content getting created out there. Your target length, if you're going to keep this on Facebook, if you're going to create this on Facebook and only use it on Facebook for any of the things, whether it's a live, whether it's a premiere, whether it's a watch party, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're using any of those three, the target length is between 15 and 20 minutes. So again, I'm in this nerd group with Facebook that last year they measured 100 million live videos of all different lengths, and they came up with this as being their optimal length. So if you're going to do one of these, we want to keep it somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes. Live videos right now are up over 10 times in engagement in 2019, and they get 3 times longer watch length on live videos than pre-recorded videos. So when you're going live, the customer and the people that are scrolling on Facebook bored with nothing to do because they're trapped in their house right now, they tend to watch the live videos because they can engage with them in real time. They can ask questions, they can talk, they can see that their friends are on there, they can see what they shared. I'm friends with almost all of you guys on Facebook, and I don't know if you saw, but I shared a big Facebook Live the other day. It was with a DJ in Miami raising money for feeding, like I think it's called Feeding South Florida, feeding the homeless and feeding all the people down in Miami. And they had 600 something thousand people on this. And what was amazing is that all the people interacting and sharing it and posting it out with other people allowed this thing to grow so rapidly. It was unbelievable. If you haven't seen it, go back on my Facebook and check it out. It's a really cool event, and they did it really well. The most popular live video is the Chewbacca mom. If you have not seen this, it's absolutely hilarious. I just want to play like 5 seconds of it because it cracks me up. And if I start crying, laughing, forgive me. No, I lost it. You guys have to go back and watch that. The Chewbacca mom, it's the funniest thing. And the first Facebook video ever, the live one, was done by Mark Zuckerberg. And I don't know if you guys were around that or remember that, but it basically broke the internet. It was something that was absolutely huge. He had over 6 million people watching at one time going live, because what happens with this Facebook Live, and the biggest feature that adds value to you guys, is when you go live, anyone that you're friends with or anyone that likes your business page sees a notification pop up, not only in the little bell on the top right, but they actually see a mini window of your video that will say Ryan McHugh is live. And instantly it takes them to that, where all they have to do is click one time and it brings them to the live video. So Facebook uses their power to be able to draw people to live video. So when you're doing this, if you think, oh, who's going to watch it? If you have hundreds of friends, some of you guys have thousands. I've seen some of you with 10,000 friends and followers. As soon as you post this, everyone that's on your friends list, everyone that likes your business page, everyone that likes your event, whatever you're doing it from, is going to see that instantly and be gravitated towards that. So it's a huge opportunity for you guys to get going. And once we get off this thing today, I want to start seeing some of these today, and we'll brainstorm some ideas around what you can do with that. So a couple different sections here I want to break into before we actually go over the ideas and the content pieces that are for you guys, just ideas for you guys to be able to do this. So there's 3 different ways to do a Facebook Live. One is the way that everybody knows. That is the Facebook Live, which means I take my phone or I take my computer, I turn it on myself, and I go live. And whatever I do, I start talking, I tee myself up, and I get going. And I can do this, I can turn this on within a couple of seconds and be live in less than 30 seconds, as long as I have some kind of an internet connection or some kind of a network. Number 2 is the Premiere. And not a lot of people are really using the Premiere. So what this is if you either take a live video or a pre-recorded video and you say, okay, I'm going to do a premiere at a certain time, it allows you to set up basically an event around watching one of these live videos. So you can promote it and you can say, okay, we're going to, just like we do with this class, right? We tell you every Monday at 11, we're going to go live and we're going to teach people. I want you to think of this in the same way, that if you're going to do some kind of an awesome premiere, maybe you have a new listing and you want to do your first virtual open house or Facebook Live open house. And to do that, you set a premiere at the time that you want to do that. So it's one of the options inside of the live video. And the other one is number 3, is a watch party. So what a watch party is you take a video that's already over. So either a live you did in the past or a video that you have recorded, and you schedule a watch party, just like as if you were going to go to the movie theater and watch a movie or get a bunch of friends together and watch it. What's cool about the watch party is when you schedule that and you put it out there at a certain time, all of your friends, everybody that accepted that and is doing it with you, is then watching that video at the same time. So you guys can engage and entertain and interact with each other at the same time. So let's say I shot a 10-minute video of a new listing that I had. If I put that up and say, okay, we're going to do a watch party together at 4 p.m., I can invite all of you guys in there. And exactly at 4 p.m., that video is going to start and play to all of you guys that are involved in that watch party. And now we're all watching the same piece of content. However, we're all in our own space on our own time, but we're watching the same piece of content at the same time, so we can comment and interact in real time, which makes it kind of cool. Netflix actually just launched this too, it's a really awesome feature on Netflix, so you can watch together at the same time with your friends. So those are basically the 3 big ways that you want to do any kind of a Facebook Live. Next is 4 strategies, and I'm going to tell you which one I prefer, but I just want you to know there are 4 strategies to this. So number 1 is doing it on your actual personal page. So for those of you that don't have a business page or like to do most of your business through the personal page, you can do that and you can put it on and just run it off your personal page. You can do that at any time. You don't need any special app. You don't need anything special. You open up your Facebook on your phone or on your computer. You go to where it would say make a post, just like you would post anything, a picture, a video, anything you're going to do. One of the options in more says Facebook Live, and you can go live right from there. Nice and simple. Number 2 is your business page. So for those of you that have a business page, which should be everybody, you can go live directly from your business page. So one of the biggest, I guess, complaints I hear from people all the time is they don't know how to get more people to like their business page. Well, this is how. If you've invited people to like your business page and they haven't done it yet, or you're not growing that at the rate that you want to, start using live on your business page, because everyone that you sent the invites to is going to get a notification that you're going live, and it's going to give them the opportunity to engage in your business. Although we as real estate professionals sometimes maybe get bored or get sick of what we do, I want you to realize the rest of the world is not. This is how, HGTV and $1 Million Listing and all these shows took off, is because people are interested in real estate. Even you lenders that are on the call, people are interested in what you guys have to say. It affects their life directly all the time. So if you're going live on that business page, you're drawing attention to that really rapidly, and it's going to allow for some pretty rapid growth. So most of you guys, some of the people that I work with pretty regularly, are very, very, very slowly growing these business pages. They're growing them 1 and 2 and 3 likes a week, and it's just too slow, right? That's nothing that we're going to be able to ever really be a disruptor with. And to do that and be a disruptor, we want to jump in and we want to go live on our business page. Number 3, the group page. So we've talked about groups in some of my previous trainings. If you guys manage a group, like Sam's on here, and she has a fantastic group about all people that are moving from New York to Florida. So you can go live in that Facebook group, and people that don't engage regularly or not on there that much get drawn immediately into that Facebook Live because they're already as a part of the group. So this is a way to show that you're a local expert, or show that you have knowledge in the field, or knowledge in whatever you created that group around. And it's a great way to engage everybody. Think about if you had a group of just all the people that were in your database. So I always tell people they should set up a group in their database. And every time you had to do a showing, or you were going to do a virtual open house, maybe you got there and you beat the buyer by like 15 minutes, and you did a live right on that group page. That's your whole database, just showing them what's going on in the market, what's going on in South Florida. Check this house out. Here's what you can get for, I don't know, 400 grand in Boca Raton. It's a great opportunity to engage and connect that group. Last but not least is my favorite, and I think this is the most important one that you could possibly do it as, is going live right out of the event page. So a lot of you guys do actually use my event pages to get into this training. What I always suggest that you do is any kind of event you're going to do, you're going to make a Facebook Live for it, but it's going to come after. So you're going to set up that event. Let's say you want to do a virtual open house on Saturday. So we're going to set up an event page for that. And then everybody that we send it to, whether they say like or going or interested or not interested or maybe, whatever they say, as long as we sent it to them, and Facebook will allow you to send it privately to up to 500 people and share it publicly as many times as you want. So you can literally have millions of people see an event. And when you do that and you go live through the event, that is where you're going to get the absolute most traffic from and most targeted effect from being able to actually invite the people that you want to the event that you want it to go to. So these are the 4 different ways that you can use Facebook Live, either personal, business, group, or event. Again, my suggestion is out of number 4. I would always try to do it out of number 4, especially if it's something big like an open house or a showing or a new listing or something that you want to show off. Next, 3 options. You have 3 options. I saw this question in the chat, so this should also answer it. Number 1 is you can do it right from your phone, right? So you can do front facing or selfie kind of style where you're looking at yourself right from your phone, right through the Facebook app. You don't need anything special. The first time you do it, Facebook asks you for permission to allow access to your camera and to your microphone. You say yes. As long as you say yes, you're in. Number 2, desktop, same exact thing. As long as you have a webcam on your desktop or your laptop, you're allowed to do it right out of there. A little pop-up is going to come and say Facebook is requesting access to use your webcam or to use your microphone or whatever your camera is called. If you have a third-party camera on it or anything like that, you allow that and you let it go. And the other option that's still very underutilized is using Facebook Live through a third party. So if you log on your Facebook on your desktop and you select Facebook Live, it asks you where you want to go live from. And you can connect third-party apps, like Zoom has a really fantastic Facebook Live platform that you can do like interview styles on, the gallery style where you can see a lot of people all at one time and put them all together. So it's really a great option. Someone in the chat said for the event page, is it one-time usage? You can do either. So you can do a one-time event or you can set up multiple strings of the events. At the end of this, guys, too, I'll stay on as long as anybody needs for questions. Next, so if you can't get to the house, there's a great option that you can tag in your seller for help. So if anybody is The reason I put this WWF joke of a thing on there is because I don't know if you guys heard, but apparently the Worldwide Wrestling Federation was approved an essential business in Florida. I don't really know why, but it made me laugh the other day, so I wanted to throw this in there. But you can tag your seller in to help. And what I mean by that is, say you can't get to the house and your seller's quarantined in there alone and he doesn't want to go out, or she doesn't want to go out, or they don't actually want to go out. You can call the seller and say, hey, look, I need help. We need to do a virtual showing or virtual open house, or we're going to do a Facebook Live. Can I connect with you or give you my account, or can we go live on yours? And actually give the ability to the seller to do this for you. It's leverage for you in these houses that you just can't get into. I know all of us right now have clients that are just not coming outside. They don't want to go out. They don't want to get sick. They don't want to risk it. Their health might be compromised. They might be elderly or just being cautious, whatever it is. And we really need to respect that. Now's not the time to figure out the script that we can out-script them and get them out of their house. That's not the strategy right now. However, what we do need to do is figure out how can we tag our seller in for help and allow them to be a part of this experience and help as we are growing this thing and as we are working through a weird time right now. We got to use all of our possible resources. A couple of tips from Facebook is that I was actually on a Facebook Live with Facebook the other day, and they gave a couple of tips, and I'm going to sprinkle them through here, but just a couple that I wanted to make sure we point out. So number one is making sure that it's longer than 3 minutes. They said anytime you do a Facebook Live, if it's less than 3 minutes, it doesn't even give their algorithm time to start actually working. So if you're going to do anything less than 3 minutes, they suggest you don't do it. You just do it as a pre-recorded video. So if you're going to do this, make sure you're stacking it up for more than 3 minutes. Next is that you have a good description. And this sounds kind of obvious, but the description, if people are searching for things on Facebook, which Facebook now is actually the number 3 search engine in the world, which is a little bit scary. It's Google is number 1, YouTube is number 2, and Facebook is number 3. So if people are on searching for something, if you type something in the description, they have a chance that they can actually find it. So a lot of you guys, I've seen people, they don't put anything in the description, or they'll just put an address. Actually write out a description as if you were writing it for the MLS or writing it, where people want to actually read something. Another big thing to do is tag. So they give you the opportunity to tag in there. And there's a couple of pre-made tags in there, which are pretty much the same as interests in Facebook. One thing you always want to tag is the town, because that way anyone that's looking in for something in that town, if there's a live, they're going to get alerted about it. So if you're in Delray Beach and you are doing a Facebook Live, the very first tag you should have is Delray Beach, not the address, not something that people are going to not know, and not no tag. The very first tag needs to be that. Second is you want to put some tags that are interests. And just like in Facebook where you have interests, it'll say, people are interested in, beach volleyball or tacos or whatever your interests are. You can search those and you can actually tag them right in the Facebook Live. And try to do it with HD video. So try to have the most up-to-date phone or software that you can. Before you do any of these, always make sure you check your software and make sure that there's an update done, not only on your actual phone, but also on Facebook. All right, so a couple tips for what to do before. We're going to do a before, a during, and an after phase so that you guys learn about every step of the way here. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you all different content ideas. So if you're sitting here and you're saying, look, I'd love to do one of these, I just don't know what the heck to do, I'm going to give you enough ideas that there's no way that anybody on this call is not going to be able to think of something to throw on live. So before, first thing we need to do is we need to understand marketing for this. The key to anything that we're doing with any of these, whether it's a virtual open house or showing or any of the other content ideas that I'm going to give you guys later, is we need to push this out just like anything else. If we just go live 30 seconds from when we get the idea, we're always going to get some people. But the more we push people to it, the more it's going to work. So think of the exact same way that you would market or advertise a listing or do work for a buyer or try to get refis or anything like that. We're going to email, right? So we're going to blast out to our whole database. Hey, it's Ryan over at XYZ Realty. I'm going live with a fantastic open house in Delray Beach Saturday at 11 o'clock. Here's the link to my Facebook that I'm going to do it on. So whether it's your personal, your business, your group, or your event, here's the link. Make sure you join me. I'll hop on there a couple minutes early and be able to chat. Just exactly like I do for this, right? You guys know this is always at 11 o'clock. I always turn it on at 10:45, sometimes before, and I hang out in. I try to talk with everybody and engage and do whatever I can to say hi and hang out and be around you guys. Next is your announcement. So you can actually pin something on Facebook. If you've never done this, if you make a post in either a business page, in a group, or in an event, one of the little options in the top right corner after you make the post is there's 3 dots, and it allows you to pin as an announcement. And what that means is it's going to stay at the very top of your group or of your business page or of your event until you choose to take it down. When you do that, that means anytime someone goes on there, as soon as they search your page or find your page, the very first thing they're going to see is your announcement, which may be, I'm going live, Facebook Live Saturday in Delray Beach for an open house. Make sure you check it out. Next is an ad. So I'm very against boosting, as some of you guys know, on Facebook, because it literally is just a donation to Facebook. This is probably the only time you would ever do any kind of a boost, is if you wanted to spend a couple bucks to boost and promote a Facebook Live that you're going to do in the next couple of days. Boosting will get eyeballs on it. You're not going to get leads. And the reason I don't usually push boosting is because you don't get leads. And for all of us, leads are our lifeblood, right? For us in title, you guys are our leads. If you're sending us deals, we can keep doing this stuff. If you're not, we can't. For you guys that are in mortgage, if you have realtors and you have homeowners, right? Your leads are your realtors, and your leads, some of them come from past buyers and sellers that need refis. And realtors, obviously, your leads are buyers and sellers and renters or investors. If you don't have them, we don't have anything. So if you want to run an ad, there's 2 options to this. You could always do video views or lead generation, but you do have the option to boost this to draw interest and get eyeballs on this thing. Next is a text, right? We could actually send out a text and say, hey, Joe Smith, it's Ryan over at XYZ Realty. I wanted you to check out this house we are showing off Saturday at 11 o'clock in Delray Beach. Here's the link, and it's the link right in the text for your business page. Next is a post, the obvious post. That's an easy one. And then the other one last is Facebook Messenger. So some of you guys got this invite from me or from Gab or from Dave or from Tracy or from Melissa right through the Facebook Messenger app. So it's a very powerful tool. More people answer Messenger than they do emails. And a lot of times people will answer on Messenger more than they will ever on text or from a call. So all these are just some basic marketing strategies, but things that you should be doing before every open house. So in a lot of these other classes, we've talked about creating a system. For me, this would be, there's 6 things here. That means you could build a system at least 6 days strong, that 6 days before you're live, you're going to do all these things. One on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I'm actually going to go live Sunday, and then we'll restart the cycle. Next is creating a good headline and making sure you put some details in there. So what I want you guys to do is stop putting the address in the title. And I know most of you are saying, well, my goal is to advertise the listing. I totally agree. However, what you are doing is you're disqualifying some people by putting an address in. If you put in an address and you don't put in a town, or if you don't tease them a little bit, you're going to disqualify some people, and you're actually going to get a little bit less attendance-wise. Now, what you are going to do is when you get them into the group, or when you get them into the invite, or you get them into the business page and you get them on Facebook Live, obviously the first thing you're going to say in the video is the address. And when you put the details up in the little text caption for Facebook Live, same thing, you're going to put the address or whatever it is that you are showcasing. So maybe it's not an address. We're going to talk a little later about neighborhood spotlights. So maybe you're showing off the pool in a community that you farm or that you work pretty regularly. Next is finding a solid connection for network and Wi-Fi. I don't know if you guys have seen, but the Verizon guy, the Can You Hear Me Now guy, is now a Sprint guy, which is like a total mind blow. I figured he was staying at Verizon forever. So obviously this is key, because if you cut off or you drop or you fall apart right in the middle of the Wi-Fi, or right in the middle of the live rather, that kind of turns people off. So if you're doing it at your own house or at a house that's of a client, make sure you get their Wi-Fi password and get on the Wi-Fi. And if you're going to do it out in the field, before you jump on and do it, walk around the house a little bit, find out the areas that are good, find out the areas that aren't so good, and make sure you have some kind of a connection to network so that you can continue on through this entire Facebook Live. Next, make sure you charge your phone or have a charger. I know this sounds pretty obvious, but losing connection or falling apart right in the middle is one of the worst things that could possibly happen. Make sure you put on Do Not Disturb and no notifications. So if you're on a computer, you can shut off all your notifications. It's usually in the top right, and there'll be a little button that you can switch off so that you don't get any notifications. Your email's not buzzing on the screen, your calls aren't coming through, anything like that. And if you're on your phone, same thing. You want to make sure you put it on Do Not Disturb, so while you're on live, you don't get a call in the middle of it. Now, don't worry if you put things on Do Not Disturb. When you go back onto normal mode, you'll get all those. You'll get those notifications, and you'll see the missed calls and all those things. But it's really important when you're doing live, because your screen on live is what's coming up on video. So if you get something on that screen, it's going to be seen or it's going to mess up your live. So make sure you do that. Next, make sure you get something, some kind of a selfie stick or a tripod. That one on the left, that tripod that looks like a little dog, is actually a real thing. It's on Amazon. It's like $8. It's crazy. I have not the dog one, but a little one like that. 5 and Below, if you guys have ever heard of that store, it's fantastic. They have all these little goodies for $5. They have selfie sticks and tripods that work fantastic. A lot of you guys always see me whenever I travel around. I have this nerdy backpack that has all my tech stuff and everything for speaking and training and all that stuff. And I have one of each of these things in there. So when you're using these, it makes it look a lot more professional. A lot of times when you're holding your own phone and you're trying to walk and navigate and not tripping all these things, it makes it a little bit difficult and it doesn't look that great. And people get turned off by the lives when, they're bobbly and it's making you seasick while you're watching these things. So make sure you check that. Next is you want to make sure you set up your background. So these are some somewhat funny pictures, but they're all pretty serious. Number one, sound. You want to make sure that in the area that you're about to be in, everything is going to sound good. We don't want any crying babies or any train horns in the back of our video while we are walking through and trying to engage people. Number two, trip hazards. So as stupid as that image may be, if you're going to be walking through a house and paying attention to your phone or holding the phone to make sure everything's looking good, you need to make sure what your path is going to look like so that you don't take a stumble right in the middle of your Facebook Live. Not worth getting hurt. The entertainment of the video might go viral, who knows, but probably not worth getting hurt. And the visual annoyances, if you've ever seen any of these, that's a little kid photobombing his mom's fantastic picture of, I'm guessing that's some important place in Europe, that you want to make sure that all the visual annoyances are kind of taken out. So, if you're doing a Facebook Live or an open house or showing something off and the kitchen is a complete disaster, you might want to get in there and tidy up a little bit, just like if you were doing a normal open house. Make sure the lighting looks halfway decent. Go through this and think, you're putting your name on this, you're putting your reputation on this, your brand, your business, whatever your business may be, you're putting it on there. And while we don't want it to be perfect, because the whole joy of Facebook Live is that it's live, it's raw, it's real, it's you, we want to make sure we remove anything that's either going to annoy our viewers or take us out in the middle of the video. Next, so during, who are you? You need to tell them within the first 10 seconds who you are. Very quickly, get out there. Who am I? Why am I important? Give yourself some credibility. Are you the listing agent on this property? Are you the local expert in XYZ neighborhood? Are you the lender that's about to save them $200 a month because of this refi tip? Who are you? Get that out there as quick as you can and then move on. Those videos where there's a 10-minute introduction about people nobody wants to watch. So get it over with as quick as you can, get it out of the way, and then move on. Next, how can they find you or follow you? So for us on Facebook and on YouTube, you can follow us at Apex Training, or you could chat with or send deals to any of our fantastic reps, right? We have myself, we have Dave, we have Gab, we have Melissa, we have Tracy. Anybody that's on in our world, you know how you can find us and you can follow us. You want to get that out of the way really quickly as well and sprinkle it in throughout the video. So if somebody missed the first 5 minutes and that's when you talked about how they can find you to see more of these, you want to make sure that you spit that back out whenever you can, as many times as you can, for people that are on either some kind of a different time schedule or some kind of, maybe a later entry in there. You want to make sure that they know how they can find you. Next, make sure you're teaching or entertaining your audience. You either need to be teaching them something or entertaining them something. Think about the theory of Netflix, right? The reason that it works is, number one, is because it's simple. But number two, you can choose every time you jump on Netflix, do you want to be taught or do you want to be entertained? There's documentaries in there all the time. And then there's just, fun to watch videos and movies and things. And you need to do that in your videos as well. If people last for more than a minute or two and they don't feel like they're being taught or they're being entertained, they're moving on. So make sure you have some facts in there, make sure you have some fun in there, and keep it you so that you can actually do a good job with these things. Next is you want to engage with them. So as you're going through this, you don't want it to be a monologue. The big purpose of Facebook Live is that you can engage the entire time with your audience. So ask them questions, like in the first 30 seconds, if you're doing a virtual showing or virtual open house and you're starting at street level, the first thing you're going to ask them is, how much do you think the house costs? What street do you think we're on? What amenities do you think this neighborhood has? What school do you guys think that this goes to? We want to make sure that we're engaging them throughout the entire thing. If you go back and watch our class on Facebook on virtual open houses and virtual showings. It's on our YouTube at Apex Training. You can go back there and look. There's a 2 or 3 minute video in there about a buddy of mine, Matt Swanson, who's an agent in Boca, that does a really great virtual open house that they did live on Facebook, and he engages the audience so well throughout it. He had something like 86 engagements in about an hour of an open house. It's fantastic. Next, determine your length. So earlier we talked, if you want to keep this thing on Facebook, you want it to be between 15 and 20 minutes. The other thing you have to think of is if you're going to multi-purpose use this thing, where are you going to put it? So if you want to end up putting it on Instagram or LinkedIn, they only allow up to 10 minutes at a clip. So if you want it to be on one of those, you need to keep in mind that you're going to need to keep it under 10 minutes for it to work. The longer you go, the more exposure, the more reach, and the more that Facebook algorithm works for you. So you don't want to do a virtual open house that's 90 seconds and just show off the house and say, hey, call me if you want to talk about it. You want to let that thing build. The more you're live, you're getting more people to see it. On average, more than 10% of your Facebook friends are on at any given time. So the longer that you're on, more people get to see it. It gets more exposure, which is good. The more exposure means there's more reach. So Facebook uses kind of like the viral video theory, where if a couple people are watching it, not that big of a deal. But if that couple grows to a couple more, and then there's engagement, and then it gets more, it blasts out and it gets exponentially bigger and bigger and bigger. And the more that you're getting engagement, the more that you're getting people to like it and type in the comments, and you're going back and forth with them, the more you're doing that, the more the algorithm gets to work for you. So you get better results out of this. So for me, in my opinion, if it was me, I would be doing them in that 15 to 20 minute range. And then at the end, we're going to talk about you can download it out, but you can download that out and get it on YouTube. And you can still use YouTube across other platforms to be able to grow this thing. Always also want to have a call to action in there, right? So for us, it's send us deals at Performance Title, send us deals at Trident Title. For you, it might be call me for a showing at 561-123-45678, right? Or type your email in the chat, something that you're making them do, an action, an engagement that you want them to give you something, or you're going to give them something if they do something. So always have that call to action in there. And then after, so things to do after, the first thing you want to do instantly is download that broadcast for reuse. So Facebook loves these Facebook Lives so much, they want you to be able to reuse it. So if you actually do one of the Facebook Lives, right away at the end, you're going to have the option to download it. You don't have to, but you have the option where you can download it. You can repost it on your page so people that missed it can go back and rewatch your Facebook Live. So if they missed it, they can see everything that you did all the way through. And you can also download it out. And if you want to then mass email it out or send it out to your database or put it on another platform or use it for marketing or use it to show to your buyers and your sellers and your clients, you can do that. So I always advise you do that right away. It downloads as an MP4, which you can use on YouTube, you can use on Instagram, you can use in any of the editing softwares. It's really great. It allows you to do a lot of cool stuff. If you've ever seen, I've done some like blooper videos when I would make mistakes doing videos for Trident or for Performance. Those were Facebook Live videos that I downloaded at the end and then just cut up and was able to edit together. Follow up with your leads and engagement. So the first thing you want to do after you download that video, as soon as you're done, look at the video, and on the right side, you'll be able to see who liked it, who gave it the little heart, who gave it the thumbs up, who posted, how many people watched it, who were the people that watched it. Immediately, you want to engage with all those people. So even if you didn't get to do it during the video, you have the opportunity to follow up with them. And that first couple of minutes is when it's hottest in their mind, right? If they watched one 10-minute video about a house today and you don't follow up with them for a week, by the end of that week, they're not even going to remember what the heck's going on. So the biggest time that you have to engage with them is live. And if you can't do it while you're live, do it right after. It'll show you every single person that even viewed it. So I would get right on Facebook Messenger, and if I saw Joe Smith viewed my video, I would shoot him a message right away and say, hey, Joe, thanks so much for being on our Facebook Live. Here's our next one, right? You're always trying to set them up for how they're going to engage with your business again. Our next one is going to be on XYZ date at XYZ time. Did you like the house? Or would you like to set up a showing? Or are you thinking about refining? Whatever it is, you're going to connect with them as quick as you possibly can so that you can engage them again and get them back on again. Next, run an ad of the video. So probably the second best Facebook advertisement you can run is video views. What's really cool about video views too is that it doesn't follow the same rules as some of the lead generation ads do. So in this, you can target a lot more specifically. You can target people that live in a certain area, just like on the other ads, but you can target people that like things like Zillow or Realtor.com or Trulia, or that are house hunting, or that watch HGTV or whatever. Use this and Facebook has 11 different styles of ways that you can basically give them money or spend money on the platform. The way that you want to do that for this, one of them is called video views, and it drives traffic to your video so that more eyeballs get on it. And if you have good calls to action here, or an entertaining video or fun Facebook Live, these will have some really great results. Next is reshare it to all the social channels that you use. So if you're an Instagrammer, a Twitterer, a Pinterester, a Snapchatter, you're going to use this video as leverage to draw people back to where you did it, your business page or your group or your event or wherever it may be. We want to share it across all platforms all the time. Next, with Facebook Live, time on task beats talent every time. The consistency is key in this. It doesn't matter if you are Scorsese or if you are Matt Damon or whatever actor or actress you like. It's not about how good of an acting job you did. It's about how often you do these. If you want to build your reach and build your business through Facebook Live, it's consistency. You're better off doing one 5-minute video every single day that is raw and unproduced than doing one pre-recorded video 3 times a month or once a month that looks a little bit better. It doesn't make any sense to do that. We want to do these things as often as we possibly can. I think Mary Kenyon is on the call, and she does a great one every single morning. So she gets on this call in the morning. She has like a coaching call in the morning. And then right after that coaching call, she does Facebook Live every single day for, I don't know, the past 45 or 60 days. And she gives a little tip. What was her aha from her coaching? What did she learn? What is she grateful for today? What's positive that going on in her world today? It's just a little tip every single day, but it has great engagement every day. She gets different people. She gets real estate people. She gets non-real estate people. You know, she's always grabbing different people. And because she does it every day, the algorithm works in her favor and really actually allows her to build and grow on that. So good job, Mary. Keep rolling with that. I love it. All right, so for you guys, some content ideas. What I want you to be able to do is, if you need to see this again, or if you want to get a copy of this, do me a favor and put your full name and your email in the chat. That way we can send you the video of this out, because right now I'm going to dive into all the different ideas that you need for content. So if you want one of these copies, or if you want some content ideas, make sure you put your full name and your email, throw that in the chat, and we will get this thing out to you. If you have a made-up name or your phone number or something on the side, we can't decipher that. Zoom doesn't have a way to get through that. And also make sure whenever you are reaching out to your reps and you're sending us deals, tell them what classes you want or what you want to hear. So every time you talk to Gab or Dave or Melissa or Tracy or myself, and you're sending us those title deals, tell us what you want to learn or what we can bring you, so that we can keep sending these out and keep putting these on for you guys. All right, so let me grab a sip of water here. Content ideas. So here is a bunch of ideas for you guys. My goal here is that at the end of this, every single person on this call, I can't see the screen anymore. I don't know how many people are on, but every single person that is on this call is going to be able to do a Facebook Live. So I tried to come up with different ideas, some that I know that work and some that were just kind of off the cuff ideas, so that every single person in here, there's no possible way that they can't say, I can't think of something to do. So here's for you guys. Here we go. Number one is the sneak peek or the teaser. So take a peek at something, show the outside world some kind of a sneak peek into daily real estate. Now, I've seen plenty of you guys do this with new listings, and that's fantastic. That is definitely the first place to start. But I also realize there's probably some people on this call that don't have listings right now, or don't have any in the pipeline, or haven't gotten any in a while. So give them a sneak peek or behind the scenes of what it's like to be a realtor. Give them a teaser of a neighborhood that you're farming, or even new construction. So I've seen some people that are on here doing a really great job that might be newer to the business, and they can't figure out where to start providing content or where they're going to start building content. Jump over to your local builder and find whatever new construction that they have going on, and ask them if you can book some time in there, and you can create enough content for a month in one new construction model or lot or block. So sneak peek or teaser. Next, interview some local businesses that may be offering digital services, especially right now. You can do this, with normal services whenever, but right now, think about this. The one on the left made me laugh, so I had to put it up when I was searching. I don't know how many of you are doing your own haircuts by now. It has been whatever, a month and a half, 2 months. So, but there are actually these barbers out there. Tara Carter, I'm not sure if she's on the call, but she did this awesome thing the other day where she got a local barber that runs a shop of his own on Facebook Live and actually gave like cutting your own hair tips to people live over her business page to show, people that they can do it. And then he gave some kind of a discount that you can come back on and be able to, go to his barber whenever it opens up for some kind of a discount. Next is live yoga. So this is a Zoom yoga session. This is getting real popular right now, right? People that are dying to do their yoga, they're getting on Zoom and they're doing it in a group. So the people that were usually doing their class anyway are still doing the class. They're just doing it at home. So connect with some of them, get them live on your channel, show that you're interacting with other businesses, become a resource, right? We always talk about being that local expert. If you have people in your client base that are missing their personal trainer or their barber or their yoga girl or guy, hop on there and provide that for them. Give them the ability to do that, and it allows you to kind of merge networks with other people that you might not have been in. And personal trainer, same thing. So same idea. Get them live on Facebook and do a session of whatever they're good at or whatever people pay them for to do. And it doesn't have to be a full thing so they feel like you're taking advantage. It could be a little tip or one stretch or one exercise to do while you are quarantined, and use these people. Even a chef, a good buddy of mine, I'm not sure if he's on the call, Sam Thornhill, is a killer personal chef. And he did this Facebook Live offering these crazy dinner things I got from him the other day. He kind of showed you how to make it and teased you a little bit about how good it comes out and whatever. And of course, me not being much of a chef, I instantly was like, dude, you have to sell these things. And he did, all off the channel. So it was really cool. So connect with local businesses and be able to work with them and do them live. I'm seeing more and more of these pop up, and I really think it's a game changer for you guys. Next, virtual showings. We've talked about this, right? So something you can do on Facebook Live is a virtual showing. You can do it either with your clients, or you could just do it with your database, or you can do it with your business page. If I was an agent right now that had a ton of listings, I would do one of these every single day, like until this is passed. I would just pick one listing a day and say, okay, I'm going to go out and do virtual showings at 11 o'clock every single day. And at 11 on Monday, I'm going to do 123 Main Street. 11 on Tuesday, I'm going to do 234 condo. And 11 on Wednesday, I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, 8 townhouse and whatever, and just keep pushing these every single day. So there's some of you on this call that I know probably have 20 listings. I've seen Gail Bass on here. I know she carries a ton of listings. The Parkers, I know they carry a bunch. The Smiths, Tracy, there's a bunch of you guys that I know carry 10 plus listings at a time. This is your opportunity to do this. You have everybody at home. You have a targeted market. Just do these every single day until this is over. Next, some neighborhood show-offs and spotlights. I talked about this before. I've talked about this for years, and nobody ever does it. But what I would suggest is pick either your own neighborhood or a neighborhood that you farm or a new construction neighborhood and go show off some of the amenities. Some of these new communities have some really, really, really killer amenities that people don't even know about because they're not familiar with the area. So I would do neighborhood spotlight on whatever. Polo Trace is a new community in Delray, and go show off the clubhouse that they have that is amazing. The resort style pool that looks like you're in the Bahamas, the walking trail, the golf course, whatever they got. Walk around, hit all these different neighborhoods, and you could do a different neighborhood spotlight every week, literally for the rest of your life, because there's no possible way you could ever cover every single neighborhood. So if you don't have any clients right now, you don't have any buyers, you don't have any sellers, pick one of these neighborhoods and do one a week for the rest of your life, and it will draw business. Next is a vendor spotlight. So before we talked about local business, but here I'm talking about a true vendor. So a vendor that's relative to you in real estate. So you could get someone from Performance Title or Trident Title on, someone that you work on with deals already. You could get them on for Title Tip Tuesday or Title Thursday. You could hit up your mortgage broker and do Mortgage Mondays. You could get with your inspector and do, here's an inspection tip once a week. And you let whoever your inspector is share one tip on things that they look for, whether it's mold or the Federal Pacific boxes or the bad wiring or the poly pipes or whatever it is. Let them share something that they do all the time. Could get auction people on. These things do still happen on the courthouse steps in most of our towns. And if you've ever been to one of those auctions, they are super entertaining. So you could get one of those live, or even when they do the concierge does the auctions or any of the different companies that do the big auctions, you hop on there and do one of those live. Nothing beats live. If you've ever seen Barrett Jackson is like an auto auction. They do the live one every time they do it. It's fantastic. Tons of people tune into that stuff. It's amazing. A housing market update with either yourself or someone as a professional that you consider to be a professional in the market, kind of pop in as a specialist. So a buddy of mine, Denny Grimes, he is a trainer for Keller Williams. He does these unbelievable market updates, and he does them usually, he'll do them over Facebook Live, and then he'll do bigger ones that he actually gets on the news once a month, which is fantastic. And then once a year, he'll do this huge market update that he does at an event. They're in Naples, but they actually rent, or Fort Myers, somewhere over there. They actually rent out the hockey arena, the minor league hockey arena over there. And they build every week and draw attendance to this thing because every week they do one on Facebook Live. And then once a year, he does this huge one that's just an absolutely huge event. He invites realtors, he invites his clients, he invites real estate investors, all these different people to learn from someone that is an expert in the market. It's a really great one. Next is interior design. People love their interior designers. They love getting them on. They love to see what creations they're working on and what's going on in these people's heads. So I don't know about you guys. I'm not the most creative person. I thankfully have someone fantastic that does that for me. But I would love to get her on every single week and say, okay, here's my interior design tip of the week. Or here's a project that I'm working on, or here's a sneak peek into something that we are creating or that we're designing. People love to see this stuff. Next could be your daily buyer or seller tips. So every day or one day of the week, you could always pop on and have a buyer tip or a seller tip. So your buyer tip could be something as simple as once you're under contract, don't go buy a new Mercedes. Or your seller tip could be make sure you paint the front door, because that's one of the most important things that people see. It's no matter what, it's going to be their first thing, right? It's their entrance into the house. Make sure you're doing little things like that. And every week you could provide them a different tip that's going to help them either to buy or to sell or whatever their next step is in their journey. Maybe even an investor tips every week, right? And you can have different kinds of loans or different strategies to invest every week or every day. Next, a home stager. I know we said interior design before. It's different, right? We could get on and have them do staging tips for sellers. So what you need to do to stage your home. And the win-win for them is that they can say, hey, here's a tip, or you can call me, right? Or you can call me and I will come and stage for you. Next, some success stories. So this is you getting on and sharing some success stories with your client's permission. But what you would ideally do is say, hey, do a little video with Mark the buyer, and you can say, hey, I worked with Mark the buyer, and 6 months ago when I met him, his credit score was too low and he had some debt and he didn't think he could afford anything, so he was just destined to be a renter forever. However, we worked every single week. We worked on his credit. We rid him of his debt. We were able to save up a little money, and then you tie in your fantastic lender and your fantastic title company and say, in between all of us, we were able to put this thing together so that Mark the buyer is now a homeowner and not a renter. And give a story of how you did that and how you helped them. Another thing is we could go to a different local bar, coffee shop, or restaurant. I'm not sure if Betty Garza is on the call, but she's been doing a kick-ass job doing this. She will hop on Facebook Live, and they will go to a different local restaurant that's on here. It's her and Nguyen. I believe she's on. I think I saw them on here before. They'll go to these things together, and they'll show off what's open. What does their menu look like? What are their new changed hours? What are they putting into place to help people stay safe during this time? How can you support their business? What's the new creative things that they were able to come up with together, to be able to push that business forward? So do that with the local bar, the local coffee shop, the local restaurant. I realize they're not all open, but pick the ones that you can, because it's awesome. I think Betty did a taco place or something that was just really cool. Find her on my Facebook and go back and look at it. It was a really cool idea. I loved it. Some testimonials. So this is the other side of the coin of what we talked about before. You get Mark, the home buyer, to do the testimonial about you. So people want to hear the great success stories, but then also get them the other way, right? Get them coming in the other way. So when you're at closing, or when you're before closing, or now you're digging back through your clients to get reviews, get them to hop on Facebook Live with you and do a testimonial of why the transaction was so great or why everything went on really well. So use some testimonials. Next, contests and giveaways. If you were on my thing a while ago, I shared some giveaways and some contests that people are doing. But hop on Facebook Live and do a giveaway every single week. Come up with something that you can give away. I will tell you, when I'm thinking giveaway, I don't need it to be large. It doesn't need to be huge. People will do anything for $5 Starbucks cards, $5 Dunkin' cards. and you have the ability to brand them, which is really cool. So you can put your logo on it, you can put your phone number on it, and you can do a giveaway on Facebook Live every single week. It could be raffle style, or it could be, you know, they have to like your last 10 posts and like your Instagram and like your Facebook to be able to do that. Tons of things that you can do or give away for really, really cheap. Next, day in the life of a realtor. So just take the camera with you and do a Facebook Live on yourself. Figure out what you're going to do and Facebook Live yourself. Just walk around and take it with you. So if you have to go on an inspection, take it with you. If you have to go show a property, take it with you. If you are previewing oceanfront townhouses or condos or houses, take it with you. If you are going to the city or the state or somewhere to figure out permitting, take it with you. Anything that you're doing, people want to see that. You actually be really surprised how much people want to see what happens in the life of a realtor. Virtual open houses, we've talked about this ad nauseum by now. I want to give a shout out to Sam Friedman. I'm not sure if she's still on or not, but when you look at this, she did a really fantastic job with this yesterday. So she's a luxury agent down in Delray Boca, and she carries a bunch of high-end listings all the time. And yesterday she did virtual open houses, not one, not two, not three, but 4. She stacked up 4 virtual open houses, staggered the times. I think it was like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And did live open houses at 4 properties in a row. That was her whole Sunday, I'm sure. But it was amazing. She got to show off all these different properties and all these different price points and all these different styles of living. You know, she had an amazing country club home on there. She had a little townhouse, a beach condo, you know, all these different things where you really got to see not only what's going on in the area, but what's going on in her business. It was really cool. So good job, Sam, if you're still on. I love this one. I think Linda Brennan's on. We had talked about this, creating a little video source to do something like this. I always thought this would be fun. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy, but if it was me, I would do a Facebook Live every day of the week, and I would do what can you get for a certain price in a certain area. And what I mean by that is just say Monday. Let's say Monday I was going to do Boynton Beach. And this week I'm going to do all $200,000. So I'm going to do Monday Boynton, Tuesday Boca, Wednesday Wellington, Thursday Gardens, and Friday West Palm. And every one of those days I'm going to pick one thing that's vacant so I can easily set up a showing, go do it myself. And I'm going to show the world what you can get for $200,000 in each one of those towns. Then next week I'm going to do $500,000. And the week after I'm going to do $750,000. And the week after I'm going to do $1 million. And the week after maybe, 1.5 plus or 2 million plus. And be able to show people what they can actually get for a certain price point in a certain area, because most people have no idea. And this is something that can reach huge parts of your database, not only locally, because people in New York, for instance, where you literally can't live in Manhattan for less than $2 million, they want to see, what can I get for $2 million in Boca? You could be on the water on the Intercoastal. It's awesome. All right, so in summary, I think my biggest thing here that I want to say is just use Facebook Live. If you're not using Facebook Live, I hope everyone is empowered after this to actually get out there and go do this. Learn from us at YouTube and Facebook. We're at Apex Training. So continue on this journey with us. Every Monday at 11, we were going to be continue to pumping you guys content. Next week, we're going to do Instagram on Monday. I really want you guys to be here for that. I'm going to get you guys on Instagram and show you what to do and give you some tips. The most important thing is after that, we're going to launch a content challenge or a content kind of teamwork effort where I'm going to help all of you engage with your Instagram. And we're going to do it all through the month of May. So there's going to be a piece of content for you guys every single day so that you know what you need to do on Instagram to help grow that business. So please be here for that. And as always, if you have any deals, if you have any addresses we could help you with, we would love the opportunity to earn your business. So you can shoot them over to Trident Title or Performance Title. If you have any addresses that you need help with and you're just not sure, or this is your first one, or you really want to get going, text myself, text Gabrielle Bryce, text Dave Ward, text Tracy Cinder, text Melissa Kidwell, and just say, hey, I'm not too sure about title on this. I don't know what to do. Help me out, send them the address, and we will get on this thing right away. So I'm a big believer in making things a win-win. And the way that this is a win for us is if you send us deals. And hopefully the way this is a win for you is that you learn something today that you can implement and go out and help make your family more money. If you guys have any questions, you can throw them in the chat or stay on. I will hang on after this video as long as I need to answer questions. If you haven't already, please put your full name and your email in the chat so that we can get the video recording out to you and we can invite you to further things. And thank you on behalf of Trident Title and Performance Title, because without both of them, we would not be here. So thank you all. Thank you all for sending us deals, because without you, we also would not be here. So thank you all. Stay safe, stay healthy. Hope you guys learned something. Have a fantastic day. I'm going to cut the recording in a second, open up the mute. And if you have any questions, let me know. Please throw name and info in the chat so we can reach out to you. And if you have an address or something you need help on, let us know. We would love to earn that business. Thank you all.